Hello everyone, VJose30 back again with another deck review. This is the latest Exquisite deck, and this would be the front of the box. It's one of the side opening boxes. It says playing cards Exquisite. Nice shiny gold foil. Nice details. I think it's basically the same as the previous ones, but there might be some slight differences in the artwork, but more or less the same. The one side, I guess that's the side. First quality, and then the other Exquisite. The top, Poker Master Finis, and the bottom, manufactured to exacting standards in Taipei for the Expert Playing Card Company, New York, New York, 10,001. That's that. And in the back, so it's either back design, and there's this gold foil embossing on there, and it's very colorful back design, as you can see. Open it up, we'll get to the cards right away. Whoops. First of all, Joker is pretty standard. I think this is the same as the other Exquisite decks, but I don't remember exactly. And you see a clown type guy with a cape. There's Jay in the corner. It's Expert Playing Card Company, New York, New York on the bottom. He's holding 5 cards. One of them is a Joker. Then you got a club, a heart, and a diamond. And the other one is facing the other direction, so it could almost be used as a reveal for the Ace of Spades if you wanted, or something. I'm sure you could work it in somehow. The other one is exactly the same. And then you get the Ace of Spades, the same as the other decks. It says EPCC on the pip. You got a couple of cherubs. The cherubs are conveniently holding that Ace of Spades card, so I'm sure that could be worked into a trick somehow. It says manufactured by the Expert Playing Card Company, West 30th Street, New York on the bottom. And just really nice standard type Ace of Spades. Court cards, standard, and they look like vintage USPC court cards to me, based on a vintage deck I will be reviewing right away, very soon. So that's that. Again, it's still got David Blaine's face on there for some reason. And then the number cards are all basically standard. One thing I did notice is the indexes. One way you got a bold index, and the other way you got a thin number or letter. So a thick number, thin number. Turn it around, you can see it's definitely thicker. So it's not the first time I've seen that from Conjuring Arts, and I guess Dan and Dave for that matter. It does help you identify, if you have all of them going the same direction, you can identify which card was selected, because it'll be a different font, basically, different thickness. So that's that. The back design is interesting, colorful, and check that out. There's actually foil embossing on the back design. You're not seeing things that's actually there. Very colorful, blues, greens, reds, yellows, and then that gold star, which is a two-way, so it's not a one-way design, and it's really on. And if I run my finger over it, I can feel the edges, but at the same time I can't peel it off or anything like that, and I'm not going to try. If you look at the other side, you can actually, 2 is good for this, or even this. You can actually see the star, intentional or not, right there on the face, on the cards, and it's kind of slightly sticking out a little bit, so it's kind of weird. It's sticking in on this side and popping out the other side. And it does also have, I don't know if you can tell, but it does actually have the finis on it. It has the embossing, or it has the embossed finis. It's a linen finis on that, so pretty interesting. But you can clearly see that, so it's kind of interesting that they did that. This is the first time I've ever seen that I know of in a deck of cards. When I got this, I opened it up and I was like, what the hell? And obviously this deck is being used as an experiment by Dan and Dave to see if they can successfully put foil on cards, and it looks like it's pretty successful. They actually do handle pretty good. At first I was noticing, and I do notice from time to time, a little clumping But for the most part, it's not bad. It fans pretty good. And obviously USB-C is not going to do something like that. At least not anytime soon, but it's pretty interesting. Handles pretty good. It's a good tech, just like the other Exquisites. It doesn't handle quite as good because of that foil embossing, but it's probably a successful experiment. There was only about 1,000 of these that were made, or at least that were sold. Through artofplay.com, this is the first deck they officially sold on that website, or released on that website exclusively. Artofplay.com, if you haven't checked it out before, is a website they sell tons of decks. There is Illusionist, 311, Dan and Dave, Kickstarter, and others. And they are associated to Dan and Dave. It's actually run by their other brother, Justin Buck, the unknown Buck. That is what I got though. I told you to go check it out, but they sold out within a couple of days. Took a little bit longer than expected to sell out, but it did eventually sell out. You can obviously find these on different websites, but they're going to cost some money. They were $12 already on their website, which is not cheap. But being that there's a gold foil on there, that I can understand. I was not aware of that, so obviously it costs more to produce. That being said, I think the price is fair. In hindsight. Before I saw that, I was thinking it was too much money, but that makes it a little more justifiable. That being said, that's what I got. I'll see you next time.